Okay, for question number 3, we are told that there are 35 red beads and 45 green beads. And we are asked to find the ratio of the number of red beads to the number of green beads. So how do we express ratio? Well, to start off, we write down the number of red beads, which is 35. You can count them if you want. And then we write a colon. And then we write down the number of green beads, which is 45. So is that a ratio? Well, yes, it is. But we like to express ratio in the simplest terms possible. So we like to try to express it as units, the simplest units that we can find. And the way that we can do that is we can check if 35 and 45 have any common factors. Well, let's have a look. What are some factors of 35? The first two that jump out at me are 5 and 7. And let's look at 45. The first two that jump out at me are 5 and 9. So both 35 and 45 are divisible by 5. So we know that we can divide both of those numbers by 5 and we'll get something simpler. So 35 divided by 5, and we are going to do the same thing to the other side. So now we will have 7 to 9. Can we simplify that any further? Well, no, 7 and 9 don't have any other common factors. So that is our ratio in simplest terms. And if you take a look at the way that we set our beads up here, as you can tell, they are set up in rows of 7. So we have 5 rows, and each row contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beads. And over here in the green beads, we also have 5 rows, and each row contains 9 beads. So you can tell for every row there are 7 red beads and 9 green beads. So that's why we can say that the ratio of red beads to green beads is 7 to 9. Now in part B of the question, we are asked to find the ratio of the number of red beads to the number of green beads to the total number of beads. So we already figured out the ratio of red beads to green beads, which was 35 to 45, which we simplified to 5 to 7 ratio. But now we also have to include the ratio of the red beads to the number of green beads to the total number of beads. So first we have to find out how many beads there are in total. And as you see here, we do that by adding all of them together, all the red beads to the green beads. So 35 plus 45 is how we get 80 beads in total. And now we have to include that in our ratio. So first we will write 35 to 45, and now we will also write to 80. And 35, as we know, refers to red beads, 45 refers to green beads, and 80 refers to their total number of beads, so the sum of all the beads. Okay, so how do we simplify this? Well, we already know that 35 and 45 are divisible by 5. And is 80 divisible by 5 as well? Well, yes, it is. What is 80 divided by 5? comes to 16. So now we can simplify our ratio. We have to divide each number by 5. So our new and simplified ratio will be 7 to 9 to 16. And what do we have to ask ourselves to know if we're done? Can we simplify this any further? Are there any common factors between 7, 9, and 16? And if you think about it, you'll find out that there are not. So this is our answer.